Hello there, good morning, welcome to Camnet Breakfast. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea. Saka Legend, feels so great to be back on set after missing out on quite a lot of fun. I was down, but I'm back on my feet now. We thank God that we survived. And also remember that this is the Camnet Breakfast show that comes to you every day, and also making sure that you're getting ready to start your day, just to prepare you on what you should look forward to, and also update you or bring you up to speed on what has been happening in the course of the week. I've got some stuff fully packed for you, and also on the other side we'll be looking at a topic that has been a topic of discussion that has been actually the talk of town for the past few weeks, which is why young people are actually taking their lives as suicide. It's actually quite alarming, and just make sure that your eyes and ears are open, and also that your ears are on the ground, just to make sure that you get to hear what's happening around. And you should actually be paying extra attention if you have a friend who is suicidal or has been suicidal for quite some time, just to make sure that we don't lose a life. So we'll be discussing on best ways to actually prevent suicide. Unfortunately, our psychiatrist won't be able to join us on set today, but we'll have a phone call interview with him later on. And then I will be having a songbird, the current or the new songbird in town. Her name is Beatrice Ruth Mape, who is a young girl, aged 18, who won a singing competition, and we'll just get to hear how that was and also what we should expect from her as a young upcoming artist. And also on the other side, we'll be looking at stories that made headlines, those that caught our attention. One of them for me is the rebranding of the opposition, which is the Patriotic Front, and also looking at quite a number of candidates that are vying for the seat of Patriotic Front presidential candidate. So we'll get to look at how the rebranding is going, and also teachers that reported the Teachers Commission to Anti-Corruption Commission, saying that they were amongst the 1,423 that were recruited, but they have been awaiting to be put on payroll, so they're wondering why that has delayed and why they were sidelined during that moment. So we've got a number of things that we have lined up for you as we start the breakfast show, and also look at the money market, how the stock exchange rate is looking like today, how the dollar and also the South African rand and other currencies are selling on the market today. Not forgetting also we'll be looking at the fuel prices that were hiked, and also how some block makers in Zambia actually complained because cement prices might be hiked or have been hiked. So quite a number of things that I've lined up for you, and looking forward to make sure that you are updated to what you missed out during the course of the week. But quickly, before we get into the gist of the breakfast show today, let's get exercising as we get to our first segment of the day, which is the Morning Boost. I'll join you on the other side. Good morning.
Very good morning to you, and welcome to Morning Boost. This is Isaac Matcha, always here in the morning to make sure that you have a great day. Therefore, today we're going to do some simple workouts, different kinds of workouts in 5 minutes. As usual, it's going to be a warm-up. Let's go. Start with the warm-up. Good morning. Let me know where you're watching us from. Let's go. Very easy. Okay, I'm gonna change very soon. Here's the next one. Thank you. Trotting, trotting, trotting. Do this anywhere. You can do this in your kitchen, from your living room, outside, car park, anywhere. Okay, here we go now. So the first workout we're going to do, we'll do some mountain climbers. Okay, Let's go. We'll do both for the beginners and for those already in the workout system. Go down. See my body. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Make sure that you're pushing in your knee in. 10. So I'm going to do 40 mountain climbers. 20 will be basic. The next 20 will be a little bit advanced. Last 10. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should be feeling your hands by now. 8, if you're doing it correctly. Okay, so that was 20. You can take a 15-second break, sip some water. Let's do the last 20 of mountain climbers now. Yes, she just sipped some water. Don't mind, the person behind the camera. Let's go now, 20 of them. Okay, 10 in breaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 more to go. Okay, let's go. Last 10. I'm sure my 15-second break is up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Here's an active break. That was 10. Try this. Leave a comment. Let's see how you're doing. Let's match. 2 steps each. 2. 2. 2 steps. I'm going to add a grapevine now. 2 each. Grapevine. Try this, daddy. 2 each. Stay at it. I'm gonna change soon. Let's march. Keep marching. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's run now. See? You just need a little space for you to do your running. Almost done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I always feel good every time you join me. So make sure to do this every day and you're gonna be fit. Don't miss another session next week. This is Isaac Matsa and I'm signing out with a punch on your face. 1, 2.
Welcome back. What are the best ways we can prevent suicide? 0968675273 is the number that you're catching us on, or you can get to our Facebook platform and comment from there. Right about now, before we get into our exchange rate, let's just take a short commercial break and then we'll be back on the other side.
Camnet TV is becoming big and better. You can now watch Camnet TV wherever you are around the world, simply by downloading the Camnet TV app. Camnet TV app. You only use less bundles. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
We still need more players, yes, because we need to balance the team. We need to have maybe on one position 3 or 4 players.
The third Camnet Stars football trial is on. This time, Camnet Stars are looking for young, talented and skilled soccer players between the age of 18 and 20 years old. Start your lucrative football career in Europe this July. If you know you are one of Zambia's best gifted soccer players, don't waste your time. On Sunday, the 13th March 2022, there will be trials for professional soccer stars. Venue, Kablonga Boys Secondary School grounds. Time, registration 13 hours. Kick-off 14 hours. 100 kwacha non-refundable shall be paid and your birth records must be produced upon registration. Camnet Stars, setting football standards for international market.
Welcome back. Let's quickly get into the money market and see how the stock exchange rate looks like. So the dollar is buying at 17 kwacha 0.86 ngwe and selling at 18 kwacha 0.20 ngwe. The British pound is buying at 23 kwacha 0.71 ngwe and selling at 24 kwacha 0.16 ngwe. The euro is buying at 18 kwacha 0.89 ngwe and selling at 19 kwacha 0.26 ngwe. The South African rand is buying at 1 kwacha 0.16 ngwe and selling at 1 kwacha 0.19 ngwe. That is the foreign exchange rate and the money, how the money market looks like as of today. So let's quickly get into zooming into the headlines. Our first story being the Teachers Commission being reported to the Anti-Corruption Commission by teachers that haven't been put on a payroll but have actually been working. Let's take a look at this. We'll be back on the other side.
We are seeking an appeal to the teaching service, the Ministry of Education and the government at large. We need the clearance on which criteria they use to put teachers on payroll, because you find that
the story of teachers complaining of not being put on payroll is not new in Zambia. The country has seen unprecedented peaceful protests coming from the teachers recruited and not put on payroll. September 4th, 2021, the Teaching Service Commission disclosed that they had recruited 1,432 teachers. Today saw a great number from the 1,432 teachers that were recruited and not put on payroll, storming the Anti-Corruption Commission. They took a letter requesting the commission to investigate why some teachers under 2021 net are not yet on payroll.
As black to say the recruitment which was there was corrupt, and why can't you investigate your officers, the ones who were recruiting teachers? Therefore, we are also asking our peers, our minister and all stakeholders to take interest in this matter, to investigate thoroughly what happened and the culprits to be brought to book. We are here at SEC. We've also reported the matter to SEC. Despite
the Teaching Service Commission assuring the public that the recruitment process was professionally and transparently done, the teachers think otherwise.
District, and we have come from very far places, but from September up to date, the Ministry of Education has not put us on payroll. We are just saddened with some statements that are given by other people in the ministry, that is the Teaching Service Commission over-recruited. But what we know, as from the little knowledge that we know, is that the Teaching Service Commission, which is our employer, they sit down with the Ministry of Education to come up with the number of teachers to recruit.
Today saw another group of teachers with the same concerns wanting to seek audience with the Republican president.
Nothing has happened. Every time they're telling us, no, we'll put you on payroll. Every time they're saying, no, we'll put you on payroll. But this time around, we don't want anything. What we want is an official statement to say that they have to put us on payroll this month. We don't want anything else. Mr. President, I kneel down to ask you to sit your
Okay, the teacher kneeling down, asking the president to help them.
Yes, we want you to hear our cry today. Hear our cry, Mr. President. Please hear our cry today.
About 300 teachers that were recruited last year are not yet on payroll. Blessings Chakwila, Camnet News, Lusaka.
We are hoping that their cry will be heard and their plight will be considered. Now, we all know that we ushered in a new administration, which was one of the strongest opposition parties in 2020 and also 4 years down from there, which is the United Party for National Development when Patriotic Front was in power. Now we ushered in the United Party for National Development administration, which means their expectations from the current dawn from both the young and the old citizens in Zambia. And also one of them is also expecting to see who is sitting on what seat as we talk of the cabinet. There has been talks from the PEP president, which is Mr. Sean Temple, that the police, I would call it a department, the police department is still unprofessional under the new Dawn government. So he has actually called out or reached out to His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema to actually decide which directions he wants the police to go. Here's a clip.
The Zambia Police Service is a body mandated to safeguard life and property, provide security and maintain law and order. However, in the past, the service had fallen short of fulfilling its responsibility. Managing political events, for instance, proved to be a disastrous undertaking as unarmed citizens ended up being killed by those charged with the responsibility to protect them. For clarity, people like Nsamachi Pioka, Joseph Kaunda, Frank Mugala, are among those whose life was cut short by trigger-happy police officers defying the right to life with impunity. Now, with the United Party for National Development, UPND, in office, Republican President Hakainde Hichilema has affirmed commitment to uphold the rule of law and ensure professionalism in the police service. And to help him achieve that, he made some changes in the police service and appointed Mr. Lemi Kajoba to bring sanity in the sector. Some changes have been seen. For instance, in the past, protests attracted beatings and tear gassing. But now, doctors...
When people want power, they come and campaign different fake campaign promises. Yes. Now it's time to deliver. They say they've been in government for less than 6 months, and yet we've got trips, we've got people with non-essential work has been employed.
Retirees.
When are we going to be paid? And the supplementary budget, when is it going to be approved? Your Excellency.
Teachers.
To our surprise, up to now, we are failing to understand why the Minister of Education is failing to put us on payroll.
Students, among others, have been able to hold protests in peace.
From the school education and other schools have been closed. Why? Because the lecturers are on go slow. They are protesting because of non-payment of salaries and their gratuities. So all we are appealing to is that the government should come on board, pay our lecturers so that learning can proceed as it is supposed to be.
But Patriots for Economic Progress leader Sean Temple has charged that nothing has changed.
Police have not really reformed, in fact, for the past 20 or so years. The way the police used to be manipulated and the way they used to serve the interests of the then ruling MMD is the same manner in which the police were manipulated and were serving the interests of the then PF, government. And it's the same way that the police have now been manipulated and have been made to serve the interests of the now ruling UPND administration. So there has been no change whatsoever. And, if you were to ask me what I would attribute that to, my take would be that it is because of the political environment in which they operate. And there is that silent intimidation of the police by the political leadership.
Mr. Temple believes that the police is still getting instructions from politicians. He says the head of state must set the tone on which direction he wants the Zambia police to go.
The reforms that need to be made should be on the side of the political leadership. It all starts with the president himself, the tone he sets among his ministers, whether it is acceptable for his ministers to intimidate law enforcement agencies or not. Once a president sets that tone, then the ministers will act accordingly, and the law enforcement agencies will respond accordingly. So it all comes down, that's why they say the buck stops with the president. It's all about the acceptable tone which the president wants to set.
Well, democracy is a composition of opinions, and that is the view of Mr. Tembo. But what is your take on the Zambia police? Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
This is the Camnet Breakfast on not just another channel, Camnet TV. Remember, you can come through on 0968 675273, 0968 675273. What do you think is the best way to prevent suicide? We've heard quite a number of stories that have been trending on social media where people are committing suicide, and it's in a certain age range. I was actually on a sad note, I remember I was reading a story about a pupil that actually took her life because she didn't do well in her exams. And then the other time I saw a story on social media where this man actually parked his car by the roadside and went into a nearby bush and actually committed suicide. So these stories keep on coming through, and we keep on seeing these stories on social media, and also hearing from a friend's friend that someone they are related to or someone they know actually committed suicide. So I thought it was actually necessary that we brought it as a topic to hear from you what do you think the best way is to prevent suicide. And also we'll be talking to a psychiatrist just in a few minutes on how best we can notice those things. I know we've had a conversation over and over again, but I feel like we're not doing more talks concerning such a topic, just to make sure that people are sensitized, and also how we can prevent such in our homes. Well, right up now, while we're talking about suicide and also how best we can prevent it, let's get into the health talk, and then afterwards we'll be talking to a psychiatrist, Luyando Hamwendo, on how best suicide can be prevented. I'll join you on the other side.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Dr. Cheswa Vualika from the Medical Women Association of Zambia, and today we're going to discuss the management of burns at home. I'm sure many of us have experienced burns one time or the other. But to start with, what are burns? A burn is an injury that affects the body, and this can be caused by heat, by extreme cold, or by electricity. So we know that burns are classified in 4 categories. We have a first-degree burn, which affects the first layer of the skin. And usually this causes just redness of the skin and can be very, very painful. The second-degree burns are slightly deeper, and they affect the second layer of the skin. And in appearance, this will look wet and may be moist with blisters. There will be like bumps with a collection of fluid underneath them. The pain can also be severe. Third-degree burns can appear waxy or white and are quite stiff. This is when the fatty layer of the skin is affected. And fourth-degree burns affect the muscle and the bones. These may appear very darkened, and there may be no pain at all because the nerves may have been severely affected and they may not be able to pick up the pain sensation. So which type of burns can we treat at home? Well, depending on the area that has been affected, The first-degree burns can be treated at home, but this is only if they affect other parts of the body apart from the face or the genital area. Those, somebody needs to go to the health facility for them to be checked. Second-degree burns as well can be treated at home if they only affect a small part of the body. But for third-degree and fourth-degree burns, these must be handled by a health facility where you have professional healthcare workers, because what we want is, we do not want these wounds to get infected, as this can have serious consequences. So then, how do we manage the first-degree burn? The first-degree burn, once a person gets burnt by either a hot surface or by boiling water, it is important to put that part under cold running water. That helps to quickly reduce the heat so that no further burn occurs. You can then apply just a small layer of Vaseline, or if you have an antibiotic cream or silver sulfadiazine, that can be applied. Okay? You can also take a simple painkiller such as paracetamol for the pain. For the second-degree burn where there are blisters, do not puncture the blister, because that skin actually protects the underlying skin that has been injured. A lot of people want to puncture those blisters and thereby cause more infection, and that burn may take longer to heal. Do not apply things such as Colgate, butter, or margarine. We have seen some people who have done that, and what that happens is that it may cause the bacteria to grow underneath it and cause those wounds to become infected. So, in summary, for the first-degree burns, run it under cold water and then just apply a thin layer of Vaseline or petroleum jelly or silver sulfadiazine, which is an antibiotic. Do not puncture the blisters, as they protect the underlying skin. Do not apply things like Colgate, butter, or margarine, as those may increase or cause the wounds to become infected. There we'll end our discussion on the management of burns at home. For the third-degree and fourth-degree burns, please go and be seen at a healthcare facility where professional staff will be able to attend to you. Thank you.
There you have it. Hope you've learned one or two things on how to make sure that you can take care of burns in a home before you take the person to the nearest health care center. So right about now, we will be having a conversation with our psychiatrist, a phone interview. We'll just let him know if he's sleeping to wake him up so that he comes through. But remember that you can call us on 0968675273 or get to our Facebook platform and comment how do you think is the best way to prevent suicide. Right about now, we just take a short break and then I'll be back on the other side.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
We still need more players, yes, because we need to balance the team. We need to have maybe on one position 3 or 4 players.
The third Camnet Stars football trial is on. This time, Camnet Stars are looking for young, talented and skilled soccer players between the age of 18 and 20 years old. Start your lucrative football career in Europe this July. If you know you are one of Zambia's best gifted soccer players, don't waste your time. On Sunday, the 13th March 2022, there will be trials for professional soccer stars. Venue, Kablonga Boys Secondary School grounds. Time, registration 13 hours. Kick-off 14 hours. 100 kwacha non-refundable shall be paid, and your birth records must be produced upon registration. Camnet Stars, setting football standards for international market.
Welcome back. You're still watching Camnet Breakfast with me, Precious Mzea Sakaleji. And remember, today we're talking about how best we can prevent suicide, or how we can notice if a friend or someone we know is suicidal. Now, joining us on the line this morning is our psychiatrist, Luyando Hamwando, and he'll just be telling us on how to notice the signs if someone is suicidal. Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry for waking you up this early. I know you left work around 5 in the morning.
No, it's okay.
Okay, let's quickly get into it. Our topic of discussion for today is what do you think is the best way to prevent suicide?
Okay, to prevent suicide. So, in something with the income. So, they say that suicide and the illnesses, but we prevent that we treat the person for whatever they have. So it's very need to be treated with that stress, all that needs to be that and that needs to be treated as well. So the sign for suicide is about to commit suicide, rather than make them go unexpected visit from friends and family members in a gun, writing a suicide, the occupation death, haunted and dominated the view of the past, may have an house affair, something to commit. Something. So all is essential for. So one thing that we need to do is that we need to identify it in public provide. And we need to talk about church in our school homes. The mind is then also need to treat people coping, which also in the most programs to kill as we know, to say parenting is the big worry. In fact, also things that parents are now we identify so that is very, very important. We have people for professional counseling session, making kind of list or anything, reading conditions very for when we find the information that is very confidential, and what you will do. That's some of the things that we can do to prevent suicide.
Okay, now this reminds me, when I was on a bus some time back, there was a conversation on the bus that was talking about mental patients, and I remember a woman brought in a discussion to say you can actually, if you are depressed or you need someone to talk to, you can actually go to the Chainama mental health facility and they will help you. And she actually got blows to say people that are mentally disturbed are only the ones that go to Chainama. Can you please clarify on that one?
No, it's not only those who have mental illnesses who come here. So we have people, couples who are struggling in their families who come for counseling. People.
Oh, we lost him. We'll see if he can get back to us. So that's our psychiatrist, Leander Hammond, who was just giving us, was shedding more light on how best we can prevent suicide. You also can come through on 0968675273. Now, this discussion comes through in because we have had quite a number of, the number is alarming on how many people are committing suicide as time goes by. And we just decided to let him come through and discuss that topic, or to get into that conversation, because we feel it's more important that we also be, like they say, be a brothers or a sisters keeper in terms of such situation. And we, like I mentioned, we just earlier we were talking about, there was a discussion on the bus to say only people that are mentally disturbed are the ones that actually can go to the Chainama Health Facility. But what you need to know is that if you are also struggling mentally and you feel that you need someone to open up to and someone to talk to, there are professional people that are Chainama, and then that can actually help you get through certain things like anxiety, depression, and stress as well. So you can find your way there, or you can talk to someone that you feel needs such a conversation. Mental sanity should be your priority, because we need you to actually contribute to the growth of the Zambian economy. Now, while we're trying to get our psychiatrist back online, let's take a look at the story where the fuel prices were hiked. So expect, if you haven't heard about it, expect hike in bus fares as well. But they haven't increased on my side. I don't know how it is in your area. Oh, our psychiatrist is back online. Hello?
Yes, I was saying,
yes.
Sorry, my line cut. I was saying that we have different people who come to here. So we have people, like, for example, couples who are struggling with different things who come here for counseling. And people who have probably, like, children who have been defiled, children who have attempted suicide, and different things. There's only the mental patients who come here because we're psychologists and you understand what psychologists do. And also psychiatrists not only attends to mental patients, they also attends to people who are just struggling and they have problems of various kinds.
Okay, before we let you go, your closing remarks?
My closing remarks will obviously be, with the issue of Chainama, coming to Chainama, I think we should understand that our lives are more precious, and the stigma, that's only for a moment, that we will suffer from people who actually accuse us of coming to receive services that are offered at Chainama. So when we really need their help, we should come through, because stigma is only for a moment, but our lives are very precious.
Okay, thank you so much. Happy Sabbath.
Thank you very much.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So if you feel that you need somebody to talk to, the Chainama Health Facility will actually help you with such talks. Now we quickly get back to zooming into our headlines. Take a look at the story where the ERB had actually increased the fuel prices for the effective March it was effective 1st March, and it has received quite a number of mixed emotions. Others are saying, if possible, we can just have a quarterly price for fuel, unlike each changing every month, just so businesses can know how they can work around with the increase or decrease of the product. So let's take a look at this, and then we'll be back on the other side.
The Energy Regulation Board in December 2021 announced its intentions to begin carrying out monthly fuel reviews to ensure that current fuel prices are in line with prices on the international market. While some stakeholders held this move, stating that this would prevent seemingly wide increments after a long period of time, others feared that this would bring instability in many sectors of economic activities. The country has so far witnessed both an increment and reduction in fuel prices, with the latest action being another increment announced on Monday, 28th February 2022. This has seen the price of petrol being increased from 19 kwacha 84 ngwe to 21 kwacha 96 ngwe, and diesel from 18 kwacha 93 ngwe to 21 kwacha 54 ngwe. Concerned parties have expressed divergent views over the monthly review of fuel, among them taxi drivers in Lusaka's Central Business District.
As a taxi driver, what we need is maybe they can increase fuel after 6 months, because we're affecting even our customers, because we can't increase and we can't reduce. So it's affecting, in fact, everyone. Both of us, a taxi driver, even an individual who is boarding a taxi, because it's an inconvenience to them. At the moment, we are still using the same price, because we don't know. Maybe if we increase, like going to intercity is 50 kwacha. If we increase to 60 kwacha, people will still complain. But why are you increasing?
It has really affected our business, because the time they reduce the price, when we charge this, the ones who books it, they will refuse, saying fuel have been reduced. So again, when it comes like they have increased again, to increase again, it will be so difficult.
The Zambia Consumer Association, ZACA, have also expressed their views. ZACA Executive Secretary Mr. Juba Sakala was speaking to Camnet News.
This monthly reviewing of fuel has a negative impact on consumers, because it distorts their budget. Every time now you have to more like anticipate how much it will be. So even your budget, you really don't know, because you might budget something, maybe the fuel is higher than what you think or is lower than what you think. They need to distort your budget. In any way, or somebody to live, you need to make a budget. And that budget makes you, predict how you're going to spend your money. But with this unpredictable, mechanism to increase fuel, it makes business uncertain, because it has created uncertainty in people's minds and even business environment. People now, they don't know how much they will spend next month or how much they won't spend next month. So the issue is, let's review this. Let them make it a 3 months time for them to review, so that people can able to budget.
Among the reasons cited by the Energy Regulation Board for the increment is the disruption in fuel prices, which has been sparked by the war between Russia and Ukraine, as well as the depreciation of the kwacha against the United States dollar. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka. Zambia's economy has seen its ups and downs based on internal and external factors, which has been raising anxiety among citizens who are hoping for nothing but stability. Arising from the fluctuating kwacha against the United States dollar and changes on the international market, essential commodities like fuel have seen a recent hike. Cement manufacturers in the industry have also expressed fears of potential hikes in cement prices following a shortage of gypsum, which is a raw material used in the manufacturing of cement. Among the main sources of gypsum are mining and other industrial processes. Chambishi Metals, which was one of the major sources of this raw material, was put on maintenance in January 2020 and has remained unoperational till date. Cement manufacturers have come on board, expressing that gypsum has diminished from the slash dump of the said Chambishi Metals, hence causing them to source the raw material from neighboring countries. The Blockmakers Association of Zambia has come on board, urging government to prioritize the creating of industries to ensure that commodity prices in the country are not hiked due to raw materials which can be easily sourced locally. Association President Mr. Elias Piri was speaking to Camnet News.
Let them reopen Chambeshi and let them also open other industries. You know, they were talking of creating more jobs for the youth and the rest. We need more industries to be opened, even the cement industry itself, like what they've done with the product of this fertilizer. They are putting up a plant to manufacture fertilizer so that the prices of fertilizer could be lowered. They could be doing the same in the cement industry. Let them bring other industries, let them make other industries, government industries, for example, they should be led by the National Service so that they create more jobs for the country.
He has also appealed to cement producers to consider maintaining cement prices.
Our business is quite low at the moment, you know. There is no money in the economy. The economy is bleeding. There is no money, as you may wish to know. The government institutions are busy looking for the hidden money. People have no money in their pockets. And for business like blocks, they've stopped building. People have no money. The raw material that they are saying is running out of the country and they'll be importing it from some countries like Congo. What I would like to appeal to them is that at times, you know, it's not all the time that you can be making huge profits. Sometimes as manufacturers, so at times when some raw products that they use to manufacture cement and other things, when they go up, sometimes these manufacturers, what they should do is they should bear the cost to save the customers, to save the clients. Because at the moment, if they are talking of increment on cement, that's wrong timing. You know, cement is the product that we use mostly in making blocks and other building materials. And these things at the moment, there's no business, there's no money in the economy.
Currently, a bag of cement is selling between 135 kwacha and 145 kwacha, which the association says is already too high. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Opposition Patriotic Front, Zambia's major opposition political party's quest to rebrand, continues to be overshadowed by the ongoing anti-corruption crusade as its leaders have continued to be entangled with allegations on crimes committed during its tenure. But the party has also been entangled in internal wrangles, a move political scientists like Professor Bizek Piri say is retrogressive and may affect the party's ability to rebrand and provide credible checks and balances.
They need to get down on the ground and say, let's reorganize ourselves. Why am I saying so? Opposition political parties are what make democracy work.
Notably, Patriotic Front aspiring President Biswell Mutale feels the party has lamentably failed to rebrand itself.
That PF has not accepted that PF is in the opposition. And we have not accepted the current status of our party. And we still feel that we are in the ruling party based on our conduct. And also the decision that we make, it doesn't show any change. So as for that, even running it to the rebranding of the party, we are not in a state we can say we are ready to say that we are moving into the right direction.
And on the fight against corruption, PF officials say they are being persecuted. But Mr. Mutare disagreed that the fight against corruption amounts to persecution.
All this you are seeing is persecution from Mr. Aka in the Ichilemas government, but you are not going to stop talking.
He says most of the people vying for the presidency are recycled politicians who contributed to the downfall of the party.
I don't share that sentiment, I don't. Look, we need to be truthful. If we are to fix our own party, we need to be truthful to ourselves. Okay? When you pray for the rain, you must be prepared to deal with the mud. And this is the mud that we have positioned ourselves. We are looking into it. When you step into the mud that, you know, we didn't expect this one. No, this is the political. It's not that way. And the investigators, well, remember they are hitting the rock as well. Okay? I want to say that one of the officials within the PF some time back that when we had a meeting, he even says the investigators have to an issue. The candidates that are there, they are recycled candidates. And they are not even fit to lead the PF because they are part of the discussion that was there. Right now, it's time to prepare the ground, all of them.
The PF will be holding its convention in June to elect the new party president. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Well, we were just winding up on zooming into the headlines, the stories that played just after the interview we had with our psychiatrist, Luyando Hammond, who was just highlighting more on how best we can prevent suicide. We had the fuel prices that have been hiked and also the rebranding of the Patriotic Front. I'm looking forward to see how the new Patriotic Front will look like. And also one thing that I'm excited or interested to see is who the presidential candidate is going to be come the next election. Now, getting back to our conversation on the Camnet Breakfast Show, I'm joined in by an 18-year-old young, very talented young lady. Her name is Beatrice Ruth Mape, all the way from the Copper Belt. She won a competition called A Star Is Born. With this particular episode, they were looking at who is going to be the next Zambia's superstar. And then they have a whole lot of auditions coming through. Their aim is actually to witness or bring out the talent that young people have and make them busy during this time. So getting into your conversation, hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
But are you shy?
No, I'm not.
Are you nervous?
Not really.
So let's quickly get into how your experience was during the Star Is Born singing competition.
During the Star Is Born competition, I was so scared, it being my first time competing in a competition. I was very scared, but I just had to gather up myself, you know, encourage myself.
What made you travel all the way from Kabwe to come to Lusaka for the competition?
I believed I could do it.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
So the faith in you.
The faith was for me. Yes.
Did you have any, who was your competitor during the competition? Do you remember their names?
Not really. I only remember Morgan. Yeah.
He won the second prize, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So now, being a young upcoming artist, what should people look forward to?
Being an upcoming artist, what people should look for, what's coming next. Currently, I'm just planning on releasing an album. Yes, so they should just expect a lot from me, like more albums coming on the way, more videos, more songs. Yes.
Okay, what category or what field are you going to venture in? Is it going to be gospel? Is it going to be R&B? Are you going to be singing love songs?
No, gospel.
Why gospel?
My aim is really to sing songs that are going to have so much impact on people and winning souls, and that area is gospel for me. So yes.
Okay, great. Let's get into how do you think, why do you think gospel, this is just my opinion, I feel like gospel, it takes a lot for a gospel artist to actually blow up. Why do you think that is the case?
It is actually true. It takes a long time for just a gospel artist to go blow up. But the main reason I would say it being like that is because nowadays people are not really interested in things that has to do with gospel or things that have got a lot of sense. Yes, unless maybe you just sing songs where you insult, where you do all sorts of things.
So you think they blow up?
Yeah, very fast. In that way, very fast. If you just want to become a star, fast, you just have to insult in some songs and dress yourself. But when it comes to gospel, you're preaching about God, and not everyone is interested in that. Almost not everyone, just few people will take the time to listen to you. So that's the reason why.
Okay, what do you think are some of the challenges that young upcoming artists go through or face?
Sponsorship is the first one. We don't really have people to support us in our talent. Yeah, we lack sponsorship, and again, platforms. We're not really given any platforms where we can perform from, where we can show our talents from. Nobody can notice you if you are just staying home. You don't have a platform. So that's another challenge that we have.
Okay, what made you think or let me take you back to when you were growing up, though you're still growing up. What made you realize that you can actually sing?
What made me realize that I could sing? Okay, music has just been in me ever since I was just a young girl. Yeah, music has been in me. So the time I realized to say I could sing is the time I joined the praise team. When I joined, just from the way I could sing, from the comments I would get from people in church, yeah, it really made me realize to say, okay, I could sing, I could also do it like the rest. Yeah.
Who is your inspiration?
My inspiration is Esther Chungu, of course.
So. I thought so. Why Esther Chungu?
Esther Chungu is a very respected, vibrant woman that we all know. She's a very hardworking woman, and the passion that she has for music is just so much inspiring, and that's the most thing I love about her. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Now, you know, as a singer, people might think I am just talking from anyhow. Can you give us a sample? I'm not getting hints, by the way. I'm not getting 30 seconds, 1 minute type of samples. I want like at least a verse and a chorus of whatever song. Yes, of whatever song.
Really, not a hint.
No. I'm not getting it to Dionko. I'm not getting it to Dionko.
All right, I'll do Jehovah by Esther.
Okay.
It says, Bambi batida lesata kwaba, Bambi batida lesata tumfwa, elelongari shira, Padine talala, alintemusha, Bane alinfuila, Karumbanye lumbanye, Ishinarenu, Karumbanye lumbanye, Ishinarenu, yeah. Jehovah, Murakulu, Murakulu, Karumanye lumbanye, Ishinarenu, De papa wantu wambi baleti, Takwa bachite mwiko kuno kunze, Bafwaye sansa muchalo charua, Bafwaye muchalo chakoela, Mwera bumbile nyudumne sonde, Nalisango mulimwe, Takwa kabe, Bambi abangante mwangaimwe, Kadumanye.
You sound my favorite song. I want to cry right now, guys. I just had goosebumps. That was so beautiful, amazing. You have an angelic voice. And I feel like you venturing into gospel music is like the way to go, because you're going to win a lot of souls with that voice.
Amen.
Yes, I'm wishing you all the best in your luck or your journey as you venture into your music career. Apart from music, what else do you do? Are you in school? Are you a student?
Currently, yes, I'm in school. I'm doing food production at Gabo Institute of Technology.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you balance school and your talent? Are you the type that
not really like that, but I just have time for the two. I have time for studies and I have time for rehearsal. But my singing, I do it, I should say, on a daily basis. Yes.
Just so you practice?
Yeah, I practice every day and every hour.
That's really good.
Just those hours when I'm in class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How have your guardians or your parents taken this thing? Because you know, most of the times when we try to explore our talents, our parents usually get to push us only to concentrate on white-collar careers or white-collar jobs. How has it been from your side?
To my side, Mama's really been supportive of my talent. Yes, she's been so supportive. She doesn't really have any problems because I do balance both. So she definitely has got no problem. She supports me a lot in my talent.
Okay. Social media platforms?
I've got Ruth Beatrice Mwape singing page. That's the only page I have.
On Facebook?
Yes.
You should join TikTok.
I'll join.
Yeah, so that you just be singing for those people and telling them, I'm the star. I'm the star.
Yeah, I'm the star.
Okay, any closing remarks before I let you go?
The only words I've got for people out there who are watching me right now, all I can say is believe in yourself, know what you want, have goals, set goals that you want to achieve, believe in yourself, and in everything that you do, always put God first. Yes, learn to love yourself. That's one of the main reasons which are even causing suicide nowadays. We try to copy the lifestyle of others. Yes, so I would definitely encourage you to live your own lifestyle that you want, put God first in whatsoever you do, and just believe in yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. Wise words from a very little girl.
Oh, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Ruth Beatrice Mwape, who's just the current A Star Is Born winner in the singing competition, and she is a young upcoming gospel artist. We're just having a discussion on how she's been balancing and also what we should look forward to. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. Unfortunately, I have to pack my bags and go. I'd love to say thank you to everybody that came through via Facebook, and also a big thank you to the psychiatrist Leanne Hammond, who came through via phone call interview, and also to my guest who's still right here with me on set, Beatrice Ruth Mwape. And also on behalf of Isaac and Elijah Chifita, and on behalf of the entire Camnet TV crew, it's bye-bye and have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Good morning.